Okay, boom. I want to make this video because I think I've defeated one of my biggest insecurities, which I haven't faced in a long time, in decades. Yeah, since I was like 15 or something like that, and maybe a little bit when I was 25. And basically, it's my height. So I am not 6 foot, and my brothers are both taller than me by a couple of inches. And yeah, most tall women, especially in heels when I'm on nights out or if I was going on night out, they'll be taller than me. So today I had this insecurity. I was thinking about, oh, maybe that's the reason why all these years I've struggled with the ladies, because I'm not 6 foot or taller. Um, and then I was flossing, brush my teeth, and this thought came to me. And I realized that it's not your height that is the cause of the problem. It's actually behavior. Now, hear me out. What I did a few months ago is I had an insecurity about being attractive in general, and it kept on coming up from time to time. So what I did is I created a list on my phone of all the memories of all the girls who have shown interest or shown signs of liking me. And I created this long list, and on that list there was at least 100 girls. No, more than that, more than that. And I said to myself, wait a minute, this is just the girls I know. I've had these incidences where I've heard from the grapevine that there's some girls who like me. So that means that the girls who may like me, who I don't even know, so you can at least double that. So at least 200 girls that would have liked me. And then when I was having this insecurity about my height, I thought about all the girls that like me, and I realized that a significant proportion of those girls, at least I counted it today, I listed down and I wrote down it was at least a third of all the girls who have shown that kind of interest to me have been taller than me. So I was here I was worrying or having an insecurity about my height, and yet a third of the girls who've shown interest in me have been taller than me. And not only that, these women are so tall that, based on my height, the fact that these women are taller than me, that only 1% of women, statistically speaking, in the UK or the US are that height or taller. Only 1%. So that means that my height is not the issue. If I can basically if I can statistically attract basically 100% of the population of women based on the fact that most women who are tall would prefer a taller partner, and yet a third of the women who are attracted to me or show clear interest were that height, it means that my height was never the issue. And I realized this merges with what I've been thinking about this week with this experiment of avoiding women. I've been receiving behavior from women where they're now starting to show friendliness to me. Like, I mean, okay, women have always shown friendliness to me, but they're beginning to show it in a different way than I didn't expect. Like, they're being very overt with their engagement with me. So I'm avoiding them, but they like like when I'm standing by the side of the door to let them through, they'll say thank you. Normally the girls just like, when I'm looking at them, they'll just walk through. They wouldn't say a word to me. But I'm avoiding eye contact, and they say thank you to make me look at them. And this made me think: if you're a guy who's insecure about his height, try this experiment avoiding women, and you realize that it's actually women selecting for behavior. Women select for men who show signs of nonchalance or aloofness, and not in a cocky way, but just in a way that is genuinely you do not want it. You just do not care about it. And this got me thinking again. I started thinking in cycles. I thought about there's been three men who I've seen in the gym throughout my years, in the last 10 years of going to the gym. Three men who were short men who've made an impact on me just on how I saw their presence. All of them had the same characteristic. They didn't look around for attention. They were very focused on what they were doing, and they just focused on the gym. They're the only guys I recognize or remember who had that behavior. All the other short guys I remember, and also, yeah, they walked tall, they had good posture. But yeah, good posture, focused on what they were doing, not looking around for validation. And I saw them as really like inspiration in a way. Like I thought of them as cool. And that got me thinking about myself as well. The key things that I am missing as well in terms of in terms of my posture. So all these girls that have liked me throughout the years, they've liked me when I was porn addicted, when I was fapping, when I was addicted basically to online material PMO, and I had a weak upper back. So my upper back, I've only this year have I started doing front squats, and I plugged in my levels to strength levels, and my levels are basically beginner levels. So basically, some guy who's like a teenager who's just starting the gym I'm gonna be at the same level as him in front squats. That tells you how weak my upper back is, and that's why I've had kyphosis all these years. So my posture wasn't even good, and yet I was getting all this attention, even from those women who were statistically 1% of the population. So I had kyphosis, and then only last year did I start exercising my lower back by doing back extensions because I had lordosis as well. So my posture's been ruined, and I was a porn addict. Two very unattractive things, and yet all these women like me. So, and I was thirsty. On top of that, the fact that I was looking around for validation and looking at women in general. So imagine if I fix that. I fix my posture by doing front squats and getting it really strong. I fix my lower back by continuing to do back extensions. I continue to avoid women. And obviously I'm staying on semen retention, no fat. All the things combined create an aura of attractiveness that overcomes any height. It doesn't matter. Like that explains why even when I go to concerts, I'm surrounded by girls tend to come and stand next to me. They dance on me as well, despite all these things that I was thinking about. Oh, I'm shorter than the average guy. Actually, I'm not even shorter than the average. I'm average, just above average height. I'm shorter than the average tall guy. The 6 foot, 6 foot and over. So, yeah, man, it's crazy to think that. But the key thing, the number one thing, is the behavior. Like when you look at me on camera, the cameras doesn't don't the way I look in real life does not reflect what I look like on camera. In real life, I tend to look a lot better. I've had that comment like in the past when I used Tinder. I got a comment that I look so much better. I look different in real life. They didn't expect me to look better, that good in real life. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're a guy who's perceived to be handsome, especially, and you have this insecurity, you blame something like your height or some other factor, take a look at your behavior. Women do not expect someone like you to be out there seeking validation, looking at them, looking for that validation. They expect you to walk around like if you did not care about them at all, focus on your mission, not looking at them at all, and they expect to chase you. They expect to just make you aware that they exist. That's the way it's supposed to work. If you start looking for validation, if you start approaching them, it makes them feel like something is wrong. Like if you're a danger. And this is actually something very important because I remember this girl in the gym, beautiful girl, like black haired. She was easily the hottest girl in the gym. I liked her. I found her attractive. When I walked past her in the gym, I'd look at her in the face, and she had a shy smile on the face. one time on a night out, I saw her, and she didn't know I was there. I kind of walked towards her. She was talking to a friend, and I just touched her shoulder just to say hello. She turned around, saw me, and she screamed like, "Ah!" Like, you know how you see a boy band, like when girls scream. She literally screamed like that. She could not fake that. And this girl, one, sometime after that, I asked her for a number. I was very shy. I was like, "Hey, so would you maybe want my number?" And I was very shy and I was very like awkward asking her. And she was like, "Oh, I'm kind of seeing somebody." Um, but what I'm trying to say with this is that women actually find it very off-putting. A guy like you being forward, being the guy to ask for a number, being the one to chase. It actually scared her. Even the fact that I touched her, even though she was excited when she screamed, she was also scared because why is this guy who is so attractive, who I potentially have a crush on, touching me and being interested in me? So, yeah, it's not your height that's the problem, it's your behavior. You need to avoid women entirely. You need to basically pretend they don't exist and just focus on your own mission and watch the transformation and watch how people are going to start treating you with respect and how all those years of being single are going to be reversed. We'll see how this goes anyway. Take care and peace.